Hello, fourth graders and fourth grade families. We are so happy to welcome you back to KSE this fall. This is Mrs. Green, one of your fourth grade teachers, and I will be your teacher for ELA and social studies. Just so you can get to know a little bit about me, I've been teaching for 18 years, and this is my 11th year at KSE teaching fourth grade. I have two kids of my own who are 20 and 17, and I grew up in the Valley just like you guys are in Rifle.
Hello, fourth graders and families. I'm Mrs. Rickert. I'll be your math and science teacher. I've been teaching 22 years and teaching at KSE for 16 years. I have two kids. One is your classmate, Lennox. I also grew up in Craig. And some of our favorite things that we wanted to share with you for you guys to get to know us is our favorite restaurant, some of our favorite stores, our candy, snacks, and drinks.
Here you can get a sneak peek at our classrooms. We are so excited and ready for you to be here. We have everything set up and ready to go Monday morning. You can see Mrs. Rickert's classroom, where her homeroom will be staying, and then Mrs. Green's classroom, where you will be staying if you're in my homeroom. Here you see a look at our schedule. We have a busy day in fourth grade. The first bell rings at 8 o'clock and we start checking in at 8:05. Block 1, depending on which homeroom you are in, you will either have math or ELA. Then we move to brain break from 10:20 to 10:30. Then we have block 2 right before recess and lunch. Recess and lunchtime is from 12:20 to 1 o'clock. After lunch, you either have social studies or science. And then we pack up and get ready to head to specials. And right as soon as specials are done at 3:35, we start getting ready to head home.
Some of you may be wondering, what's it going to be like in the morning when I arrive at school? So things are going to look a little bit different. Kids are able to come into the fourth grade hallway and start arriving at 7:30, and we'll go and get your temperature check and symptom check. You'll probably see Mrs. Ellaby there doing that. And then you go straight to your classrooms. If you get breakfast, you will go through the front of the school, get your symptom and temperature check done there, and then come down to your classrooms. Once you're in the classroom, you'll have a choice from a menu. You'll do some handwriting packets. You can do some STEM tubs. You'll be able to journal, work on homework, maybe even do some iReady games or other math games that you've learned here at school. Then you will put your backpacks and your school supplies. They will stay at your desk, and make sure that you have some of your morning duties done, such as making sure you are logged into your computers and done attendance.
I know you're all looking forward to lunchtime, and you may be wondering what that's going to look like too. It is definitely going to look different this year for us, as we will be having lunch in your classroom, sitting at your desk. We will definitely practice hand washing or using sanitizer before and after eating, as well as cleaning your desks before we eat any food, and then after we are done. During lunch, you will get to take your mask off, which will help you eat. If students have hot lunch, it will be delivered to our classroom, so you won't need to go anywhere. It will come right to us. If you choose to bring a cold lunch, it will need to be kept in your backpack, which will be right by your seat until it's lunchtime. For lunch, similar to last year, we will have 40 minutes, which will include 20 minutes in the classroom to eat and then a 20-minute outside recess.
I'm sure you're going to be wondering, what is recess going to be looking like? You guys will stay with your homerooms and go out to recess and play in your own zone of the playground. So for example, our zone might be on the basketball court, and then that will last for the whole week. And when we go outside, we'll play in the basketball court area. And then the next week might be a part of the actual playground, like the swings and the slide. So we'll rotate through to make sure that we are not mixing with other students. Will stay with our cohort. We will remain 6 feet apart out there. We can take off our masks. We will hand sanitize or wash before we go onto the playground and after.
All right, then after we have gone to specials, we're going to be going home. So that is going, again, to look a little different. So the first chart that you see has a list of things that you're going to need to take home with you every day, and it will also need to come back with you every day. So it's really, really important. And you're going to have a copy of this that you can use that goes home with you to remind you. So those things you need is your backpack, your water bottle, jackets and hats, things like that if you need them for the weather. Your Chromebook. Your Chromebook is going to go home with you every night, and it's critical that you charge it so it's ready to go every day in class. We also ask that your face mask goes home every day and you come back with a clean one. And you will have a math workbook that goes back and forth, as well as your planner. And we'll talk much more about these in class. The other important part is our dismissal is going to be spread out, so not everyone is leaving the school at the same time. If you are walking home, your dismissal time will be at 3:40. If you are riding a bus, you will leave school at 3:45. And if you have a parent coming to pick you up, you will be leaving at 3:50. When we're in the classroom at KSE, we believe in monitoring good behavior, but we also understand that kids make mistakes, and we want you to learn and be very positive about how you learn to behave in our classrooms. So one of the things we like to do is a lot of positive reinforcement that includes the class money system. So on our chart, you can see a list of ways you can earn money, how you can lose money, and what you can do with your money. And we add to this as the year goes on. If there's things that you like, we can add also to things you can buy with your money. The expectations you can see on the right in the KSE Elementary Hawks chart there goes through pretty much every area of the school and what we expect you to be able to do. And it all comes down to taking care of yourself, taking care of each other, and taking care of this place.
One question that we have been getting a lot of lately is that are masks required at school? In order to keep everyone safe at school, we do require that every child and adult wear a clean mask each day that covers both their nose and their mouth. You can wear a mask from home. We will have masks for you on the first day of school that you are more than welcome to wear. And then we also have paper masks available for kiddos that accidentally forget them when they get here. We're going to encourage hand washing, lots of hand washing and hand sanitizing. And bathroom breaks will look a little bit different where kids are not going to be able to go to the bathroom at the same time. We'll have a one person at a time, and that includes one person in 4th grade. So we're going to teach you guys how you're going to be able to tell if somebody's in there and then what to do if you do see somebody in there. In the hallway, in order to keep you safe, we're going to keep social distancing up there and keeping our hands to ourselves, either in our pockets, our arms crossed, or behind our bodies. I know another question that we always get is, do we get snack time? Yes, you guys get snack time. Snack time will not happen on the out at the recess time. They will happen at your desk before you go out. So we have a 15-minute brain break in the morning where you guys will be able to sit at your desk and have a quick snack. We just ask that you guys bring snacks that are healthy and that they are small and quick so that you can get outside and get a mass break and move your bodies.
All right, let's talk about school supplies. So as you know, we got together and decided to purchase all of the school supplies that you will need for 4th grade through the school. It's a great deal coming from the perspective of a parent, and it costs $30 for everything that you need. That money can be brought the first week of school or paid through eFunds. One of the reasons we did this is that you're going to have to keep those supplies with you. There is no sharing of supplies this year. So it's very important that you have your very own set that you are responsible for throughout the year. Also, one thing we're doing is you're going to be in a desk with your own stuff, and we won't be switching seats. That doesn't mean you won't change places, because we can take your desk and move it. But for the most part, you're in your seat and that one seat for the day. For math, you will have separate manipulatives that you will have in a little container that you can use for class. And workbooks and supplies and things like that will be kept in your desk or your backpack, which will be right beside you throughout the day. Also, our PTAC, great group that they are, purchased headphones for all students. And they will stay here, and they're actually checked out in combination with your Chromebook. But those will need to be left at school. Finally, one of the most important supplies that we need you to have with you every day is a water bottle. Our drinking fountains are turned off for safety reasons, so it's very important that that water bottle goes home and gets cleaned and then comes back with you every day with some water so you can stay hydrated.
Specials. Do we get specials? Yes, you do. You guys will be going to specials. You won't have them in a classroom. And you'll have the same specials for 2 weeks at a time. So homerooms or cohorts will go to art for 2 weeks at a time, and they may go to Spanish for 2 weeks at a time. You guys will wash your hands and do the protocol also there, and hand sanitize before entering and exiting your specials room. You'll take your own backpacks with you when you go, because in art you might need to use your markers and your colored pencils, so you'll have your own with you. And you might even be able to use your Chromebooks during that time. Specials are a little bit shorter this year, but they're about 60 minutes, but you won't be have to switch specials in between. Like, you won't have to go to music and then PE. You'll just stay in PE the whole time. So very exciting that you guys get to have that time.
All right, 4th grade homework information. Do you have homework in 4th grade? Yes, you do. It's fairly simple. Don't get us wrong. It's not a whole lot. And you will be assigned that every Thursday, and then your homework is due on Monday. And most of the time, it's a math page in your math workbook. So it's right there with you back and forth every day. We'll send that out in our weekly newsletter, and it will also be written in your student planner. So you'll be very clear on what that homework is. Also, I highly encourage you to read every day for 20 minutes. If you log this in your planner, you can earn class money. Also, if you practice iReady math or reading skills at home, you can also earn class money for that. A big change this year is behavior grades will be shared in PowerSchool. Last year, if you remember, you had a paper that you took home every week. This year, you're not going to have a paper, so you will need to get onto PowerSchool to check out those behavior grades. And we will be asking parents for you guys to sign your student's planner so that we know you know how your student is behaving in 4th grade. One fun thing I really like to do is book orders. And I will be sending book orders home once a month. And you can either order online, our class code is right there on the screen, or you can send in a check or in cash along with the order. Again, we do those about once a month, and there's lots of great things to order and get from those book clubs.
Online resources. I know that when we went to distance learning in the spring, we had a lot coming at us. So just to let you guys know that you can find resources that will support your learning in Google Classroom. Also, we have made a virtual classroom like you see below, where you can just click on the tabs and find information about 4th grade. Those will be posted in Google Classroom. And the district is planning on building on their website some support for you guys, for students and adults, to learn about how to do Google Classroom and do some of the platforms that we use here at school in virtual learning. KSE will also send out information through social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Attendance policy. So we have an attendance policy that might look a little bit different or even just a little bit more specific. As we experienced in the spring, what does attendance look like when we're in distance learning, and what does it look like when we are here at school? Well, obviously, when you're here at school, you're in your seat. But when we are at home and doing distance learning, it will look a little bit different, where we're going to see you turning in assignments. You will be at our Google meetings, where you'll be in a live lesson or have participated in the recorded lesson. We will see that you have signed into some of your assignments and that you have demonstrated your learning in some sort of way. And that goes if you are here at school also. You're checking your emails, you're responding to our emails, just to show that you're actively involved in your learning, whether we're outside of school, and we'll expect the same thing here at school.
All right, so Google Classroom, whether we are face-to-face learning or if we end up in a distance learning situation, Google Classroom is what we will be using for our learning. Resources will always be posted there to support your learning in both math and science, ELA, and social studies. So it's really important for students to check their email daily to see notifications of assignments and announcements. That will also be where parents, you can see kind of step by step what we're doing every day in class. And the kids will also see that every day, whether we're in person or we're distance learning. So that is definitely a program you want to get familiar with and ask questions if you need as the year goes on.
One question you may have is, do we get to have classroom parties? Do we get to celebrate Christmas, or do we celebrate birthdays? So we are not allowing visitors at this time just because of the situation, but we are going to celebrate your birthday when it's that time. So we'll sing to you. You are more than welcome to bring in packaged gifts to your friends. We're not going to do like cupcakes or anything. We're going to keep it very simple. You can bring in pencils for your classmates, erasers. You can have bookmarks, pens. We just ask that we have them prepackaged and ready to go so we can hand them out. And also, holidays are going to look a little bit different. We're going to kind of think it through about what that's going to look like. We're not quite sure yet. We're thinking we still can probably have food there. It might just look a little bit different about how we serve it and what we can have. So we'll let you know when it gets a little bit closer.
All right, your student technology. This is really important this year because at any time we may have to, hopefully not, fingers crossed, we're going to do our best, but we might have to switch to distance learning at times during the year. And it's going to be critical that you are well aware of how to use your device and taking care of it. So we highly, highly recommend that you get your parent portal filled out so that your student can check out a Chromebook from KSE. If you use this device, it's great because our tech department at the schools can help you with that device. If you choose to use your own device from home, they're not experts in all devices, and they may not be able to help you get into Google Classroom and things like that if it is not on one of our Chromebooks. You are going to be responsible for taking your device home every day and charging it. So that is a big step and a big responsibility, and we hope that you guys are going to do that great and we won't have any issues with that. There is a tech agreement that you will need to sign and return the first week of school. That is in addition to the one that you will sign on the parent portal. You'll see some very specific things that talk about what we expect for technology use for students.
Some other reminders that we wanted to share with you, where we are not having school visitors come into the classroom to help with classroom stuff or even just come down to the classroom. If you're needing your child, all you have to do is ring your doorbell and the students will be brought to you, and you can take them to their appointments or leave early for the day if you need to. Also, like Denise said earlier, Parent registration is so important. So make sure that you are getting onto the PowerSchool, which is the parent portal, and getting on there and filling all that out so that we can get computers out to the kids right away the first week of school. If you need support with that, please call Ellie in the front office. And another piece of that is the bus. So making sure that you have all your information in there so that your child can be ready and have their pass ready to ride the bus.
All right, that was a lot of information for you guys, and we went through it fairly quickly. So the great thing is this is a video. So if you have questions, you are always welcome to go back and review the video. Or our contact information is right on this page. Both of our school phone numbers as well as our emails are on there. Please, if you have any questions, give us a call, send us an email. We are happy to help out in any way that we can. A couple ways specifically during the year that you can stay up on what is going on is every Thursday we will be sending home an email that has kind of a week at a glance that shows you what we'll be doing in class, as well as any other information that's upcoming that you need to know about. So please make sure you check that every week. You'll be getting one this Thursday too, so to start off the year. So please check that. And again, we are so happy that you guys are joining us for in-person learning this fall. We are so excited and can't wait to have you. But if you have any questions, let us know.